We got a bit of an update to the recent addressing of Twitch, talking about that they're going to be cleaning up the viewbotting problem on the website. Just as I suspected, by the way, Dan is already setting himself up to protect himself from having to clean up the botting from the big guys. And what he says here is just straight ignorance, but we'll watch the video.
But do a lot of people viewbot on Twitch? And
there are people, yes, there are constant, that's a constant battle.
Really?
Absolutely. Because they're third parties that do it.
Shocker.
And especially when you get to ads, they try to viewbot for ads, they viewbot for all sorts of things.
Really?
So, yes.
What's the highest? And you don't have to name who it is or what.
No, it's not always. The interesting thing is the viewbotting isn't always like, this one, like the streamer is complicit even.
Which is true. Again, I've said this 1,000 times, but it's good to make it very clear, because the first thing a lot of people want to do when they see things is they want to shoot accusations at the creator. I know for a fact, agencies viewbot, sponsors viewbot, viewers viewbot, haters viewbot. It happens in every aspect. We get spam botted all the time. We get fucking hate botted all the time. At least he owns it. You'll give him that. Well, wait till you hear this.
But so, yeah, there isn't one big one. Like most of the viewbotting and most of the fraud is not on a big streamer. It's on a small streamer, but thousands of them.
Really?
Yeah, because if they can create 1,000 bogus accounts.
Well, dude, just to throw your average streamer under the bus like that is just fucking crazy.
And then they create view bots, then, they can create bogus, bogus revenue.
What was like the largest
watch how fast he
of viewers
moves from this.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Like
I have no idea.
5 to 10K?
I have literally no idea.
Okay.
I have literally no idea. But anyway, let's get back to AI. I think that.
Yep, there we go. Move past this. Let me explain to you why he wanted to move past this. Because they do know. Now, if he doesn't know as a CEO, that means he's not having meetings with his team. But in terms of like, can Twitch find out or see like who has the most botted stream of all time? Could they see those metrics? Yes. They can see that. So it's either A, he's lying to you guys right there. He's literally lying once again in public forum and in an open video, literally not telling the truth. Or B, he's not doing his job to be on the ground floor anyways. So it just shows that he's just like an image on behalf of like CEO. He's not actually like on the ground. If you are the CEO of this company, you know the inflated numbers and you would know the most inflated stream that you have. To say otherwise is just complete fucking bullshit. I got to touch base with what he did in this video, which is just crazy. To articulate the idea that it's only the small to mid creators viewbotting and that nobody big is viewbotting. I mean, sure, you can say that more streamers on average at a smaller level viewbot because you might have 10,000 nobodies viewbotting 20 viewers, right? So yeah, there's more, but to switch that narrative as if like nobody big on your site is fucking viewbotting is insane. Viewbotting at a lower CCV is normal because people want to do the Twitch partner grind. No, you're absolutely right. It's very true that it's normal, but to pretend that your largest creators on the website aren't also inflating tens of thousands of viewers is crazy. Think of it like this. If you have 1,000 streamers viewbotting them to like 20 and 30 extra viewers, you can do the math of that. But the thing is, there's big creators that are viewbotting themselves 10, 20, 30,000 views. So one big creator will literally match what 1,000 small creators are doing in terms of inflation to the website. They're still just as guilty. But to just throw your smaller creators under the bus, like, whoa, that's where the real inflation goes to. Which, like, it makes sense. Obviously, Dan doesn't want to say, like, their biggest creators are fucking viewbotting. Yeah, we had a great read come out from Devin in response to this. The live stream Twitch viewbot issue is way more prevalent and destructive for the platforms than most people realize. It's a difficult problem, and no one knows how to fix it yet. When my agency was running ads on Twitch, we noticed a weird problem. Our brand's conversion were worse the more viewers the stream had. The largest streams had the least sales. 500 to 1,000 viewer streams often had the best sales and outperformed many 30,000 plus viewer creators. And by the way, that's right around the range. That's around the range where it happens. Oh, fuck, man. I specifically know, especially like in the COD creator landscape, I know COD creators that did build their way to a few hundred views, to this like 500 to 1,000 viewer range. And then next thing you know, all their shit took off right after they joined an agency. What crazy fucking timing that is, huh? We initially attributed this diminishing viewer returns, aka not everyone in large streams is as invested as core small communities are. This is untrue though, because the few large streams that do have the authentic viewership outperform on ad campaigns. So it had to be something else. Whoa! A little digging he did, boys. True, but he is wordsmithing his way out of that by saying a big streamer viewbotting is just one compared to the many lower streamers. Right. So he's just pushed more pressure on the lower streamers. Basically says that they're the bigger problem. You know what he could have just said is, yeah, viewbotting is a big problem. We have a lot of small creators trying to viewbot their way into the partner program, and we do have some top creators that are viewbotting as well, because that's the reality. That's the actual truth. So not only did he just avoid the actual, like the real question was like talking about like the big creators, he just passed it off as like, actually, believe it or not, it's more the small guys that are doing it, even though the big guys are actually doing it. Then he lied again when he said that they have no idea what some of like the biggest inflated streams are. If one of their streamers got a few 100,000 viewers in their stream, they're talking about it on their site, and they can see those metrics to that stream because they're going to gas up those metrics if they can. And if they can't, they're going to see the fact that most of it was fucking botted. Devin did some digging and said that we were shocked at the number of top 500 broadcasters that are being viewbotted or viewbotting themselves. And again, it's hard to say. Some people do it themselves. Some people do it to them. We estimated is around 400 to 430 of the top 500. This isn't even including embeds, guys, which is like their legal viewbotting over there. It is incredibly easy to do. Up until a couple weeks ago in 2025, you could literally open multiple headless browser windows to count as a +1 viewer. And even now, you can still count 2 viewers on 2 separate incognito browsers. Go try it. Twitch finally recently fixed this, so the current strategy is to spin up thousands of proxies through a service like AWS, ironically, and DigitalOcean. Think about that. Think how crazy that is. Viewbotters are using the same servers to viewbot that the Twitch servers run off of. Holy fuck, brother. Twitch doesn't punish anybody for viewbotting unless they're a streamer that shows it on screen, because according to them, we can't know it if it's the streamer or someone else. However, even their enforcement is selective, with celebrities like Ray J openly admitting in July to viewbotting and getting no punishment. Because Discovery is non-existent on Twitch and the platform is in a kingmaker system, meaning the bigger goes to the top, there's no reason to not viewbot unless you have a moral compass, a rare thing in streaming these days. Viewbots are not only set up by streamers themselves, but also agencies and managers. I'm so glad he's touching base on this. This is to full sponsors like me. Yeah, by the way, if you guys don't know who Devin is, he ran a talent agency for years, so that's why he says like me. Into paying $20,000+ about 1 to 3 per CCV for viewers that are not there. In 2025, most major brands have already run campaigns with horrible results, and so they and their agencies simply don't advertise on Twitch anymore. This is why so many people are pulling out. The untold story is millions gone from creators and the live streaming platforms themselves because of this. Yeah. This combines with the adpocalypse I wrote about here some months ago, where I predicted a 40 to 50% ad revenue drop due to Twitch platforming controversial political content. This ended up being exactly what happened, and this 1-2 combo puts Twitch on a difficult path. Yeah, man, I mean, this is a really good read if you guys want to check it out. Big people are botting on their site. There's a clear problem there. He's seeing the problem. This is why so many advertisers are pulling out of this site.
If Dan genuinely thinks that his top streamers aren't boosted by 40 to 50 to 60%, he is trolling.
Yeah, he's lying.
He is genuinely trolling.
Yeah.
Like, this is him running defense for his top earners
Yes.
So hard.
This whole entire cleanup that Twitch is about to do is they're going to go after the cheap, broad viewbotters. The people that Twitch can afford to cut, they're going to cut their fucking numbers. They're not going to go after specific viewbots to continue to boast up certain creators on their platform. And the reason being for this is when they clear house, when they clear out all these viewbots, and then some of their superstars are still getting the same numbers, it makes it appear more legit that they're studs, that they're fucking workhorses. Whoa, what the fuck? They're performing better than what we thought. That's crazy, because we just enabled this thing. We just shut off the switch to the entire site. No more viewbotting, which is impossible, by the way, but they're going to advertise this. No more viewbotting. We just shut it off. We just turned it off. Oh my God, look at that. All the top 500 are still getting the same views that they got before. See, guys, they weren't viewbotting.
There is no way he genuinely believes the bullshit that's coming out of his mouth right now. Because, and I want to make this very clear.
Yeah, it's just, it's wordsmithing, like what Ducky said.
It's not that I think every streamer is viewbotting themselves. And this is why it's such a slippery slope. It's that a lot of these streamers, it's a parasocial platform. It is.
Yeah.
And a lot of these viewers want to see their streamers succeed.
Yep.
So the viewers viewbot the streamers because it's
true.
not
People
expensive.
do that. Yeah.
It's really not. And that's what leads to these overinflated numbers. And that's what happens.
Gathalion replies to tweet about Devin Nash's viewbot findings. Says he sat down with Dan Clancy in October 2023 to warn him. Yeah, Gathalion's been really against the embeds over there, which is like, if for those that don't know, your stream on Twitch can count as a embed on another site. So what people have been doing is on large sites, completely separated from Twitch, they hide their stream on a website where they're getting like lots of viewers, and those views count on Twitch. Some of these people have blatantly been caught for this. I think it was like Fletchra or something like that, something light. Some creator got, I think Gathalion and a group of other creators like exposed them as being a big problem with that. Yeah, this is the problem. People told me to stay in my lane and worry about myself. They didn't realize that while I was looking out for the industry as a whole, it also was to protect me. We're approaching that cliff, which is true. They are about to get, it's one of those things where it's a double-edged sword, where Twitch has ran the advertising for so long of look how well we're doing. They've allowed the viewbotting for so long that so many advertisers are pulling out. If they flip the switch to clear the viewbotting now, it makes them look that much fucking worse. And then when you have public scrutiny over it, boy, oh boy, will people back out of that fucking website. My God. The recent change isn't enough. Any changes in the last 2 years haven't been enough. Allowing Ray J to openly admit botting without harsh repercussions was an exercise in apathy. Sir, Dan Clancy, you are an awful captain and you are dooming the ship. Everyone on it and the industry surrounding it, the ripples will be felt on YouTube, Kick, and everywhere live gaming content is produced. Wow! It wouldn't make them look bad to advertisers, which is their cash cow. No, it would make them look bad to advertisers if they cleaned up the viewbots right now. It 100% would. It would make them look horrible to their advertisers. Because like what Devin Nash was saying here, like saying that sometimes on some of these creators, just specifically with like brand campaigns, that they were spending like $1 to $3 per CCV. If Twitch comes out and cleans up their viewbotting overnight, but for years they've been selling, like let's just use that as like a rough example. If Amazon and Twitch has been using a $1 to $3 CCV for fucking years, bro, that's going to be a huge problem to advertisers. Because now advertisers are going to be like, well, what the fuck? We weren't even getting our money worth, which Twitch could say, yeah, like, sorry, we didn't know. But then like, even still to continue advertising, they're not going to want to pay the same rates. So as Twitch hasn't been able to be profitable already, and more advertisers are pulling out, what's going to happen is now advertisers, if they would actually just clean up the website, if they were to actually pull the trigger and do this, More advertisers would be like, okay, well, we want everything at a cheaper rate. They're not going to be like, oh, well, the viewers are more pure, so like we'll still pay the same. Now they're going to be like, oh, cool, like you lost 40% of the viewership on your platform. Okay, cool. Now we're going to pay 40% of what we were paying in ads before.
Chad, this might be one of my most radicalized take of all time. Test the data against new data, and if somebody's activity matches too much to a certain degree, let's say 50% of the time over all their activity with unscrupulous data, permaban off the rip. No warning, nothing, instant permaban. If you are bought at more than 50% of your total activity, on them, you have to assume that they're doing it themselves or paying somebody to do it on the side for them.
It's fair.
If I own the platform, that's what I would do. That's what I would do, because they damage the platform beyond recognition.
Another point to take from it, this is almost a direct attack to the small to mid-tier streamers over there. Now that gives their bigger free reign to do what they will. Yeah, well, that's a problem. That's my point. That's the point I'm trying to make from this, Toki. It's good to point that out. That's, I think, the bigger issue with how Dan and Twitch is trying to manipulate this. Not only are they manipulating this idea that like, oh, hey, we cleaned up the viewbotting, but it turns out it's just only all these small guys. But they also create this idea that if you're big there, you're protected. You can do whatever the fuck you want. And also it's like, it's kind of shitty. Like if you think about it, if they actually go down this path of just like basically getting rid of the cheat bots and just letting their top 500 creators roam free and like big creators don't take a hit, that would be the biggest sign to this, by the way, if that's the route they go. If you see none of the top 500 creators take a big hit in these up and coming weeks whenever they implement these changes, that's how you know that all they did was they cleaned up the little guy and they basically said the big guys can roam free and it's fine. And that should be such a slap in the face, because basically it's one thing to make a kingmaker system and basically say like you're only going to be successful here if you grow bigger than everybody else. Like we don't give you discoverability, but then at that rate, one of the only ways to compete on Twitch is to viewbot. Like, let's just be real. And then basically Twitch would be snipping the finger at like the smaller creators. No, you're not allowed viewbotting. Only these guys are allowed viewbotting. Oh man, what a dog shit platform. What a nightmare.